course bebre na nkofo ebisa nsem bebre fa Ghana football and na ebisa say Ghana football so there free hand betom, but it looks like a lot of people want to hear more about Ghana football. Nti ne adwene say ye de abrantie bakon eba Ghana soccer na say Ghana football a obi a enim no na ote ase mapa say ye de ne beba ne bisa no nsem bakon mienu bi afa ye Ghana football be bia ye free be bia ye wo ene be bia ye ko ohwe footballer ewiase afọ na nyina ne titiri ne Ghana ha no ade bakon etumi eka Ghana ebom uyi politics no NDC ni MPP ni to afa football ade a eka yebom sani se ohwe national team, the various national teams no na se wo mo bobola ohwe nipa bebre sebe NDC for no mo ye MPP for R2 MPP for no mo ne NDC for ADD ade a eboa ema oman Ghana ye nkambum no eden eko nkan papa enti football anase ball bo ade a yentumi entoto nase enti se ebe costo oman no sika se de nkrapo na se oman no betumi akambum no you cannot quantify it in terms of monetary value enti nkofo bisa se ehun hia se aban be costo se odi sika pudo ebe she football mo ana ebi se ehun hia ebi so se ade a ehun hia se ne America no ade a ebeboa wo man Ghana ama ya kan ehun abom de sebe ebe koso ye billions kra I believe say say to me this escano ehim you can disagree with me enanu me ye be hwe sansem we nyina ye bisa Kumasi Asante Kotoko Ghana clubs na oba CAF championship na another Champions League na ye dimu akutene Accra House of Folk Confederations Cup any other Ghanaian clubs na eba Africa hanumo a ye bo edin a ye bo bi no ene wo mu nyina atetiada se mo beka ya the just ended Ghana League no na Kotoko ne House of Folk especially House of Folk no almost struggle pass on bekam ni bisa say oh home House of Folk eba ne say Kotoko eba ne say ena now new teams say be memene okra no ye nimu no ena eje Ghana Premier League ye bibisa eba ne say ena eba ne sa na fe so ye bisa say bebi a Ghana football akodu no hwan na ye bono sobo aban anase the so called football people you see ankofo bi wo ho aye from football people say we betumi agina po for GFA president no wonye football person wontumi engineer bi ye bebi sa questions yi na eba ne say ena ye say football nhyehyɛ ne kyerɛ say even though aban edi ne sika pudo ehye football development mu no say BBC GFA aban eni kwan say obetumi akase me pamu we anase me yesi adena eba ne sa ade a ekoso wo amaman a aka ana ebebisa sa nsemi na ye de nchekiremu ede abremu football another sports analyst papa ba ko amensa ka no enumre ma me ngbo nka ye se dwumedie we obetumi de wani ede akiri e Facebook ene YouTube obetumi akọ sisi ana wo so ode wani ede akiri obetumi do comment aba enumre mehwe se menya brena mema mahwefo so akire o madwene gaga o se memmo mo kwan mo mfre na ebehwe se betumi abie phone lines no na moso motumi akire madwene ene enumre football your friend say football Ghana football enti ye be share ne so na media manage football ho papa uyi Asante Kotoko free ho first na susubribi nanso me nimba bia susubribi ene omone nam ena afi so uko UK memu a me supporto Chelsea the best team in the world uko La Liga so a me supporto Madridista for no Real Madrid team papa but edru Chelsea ni Real Madrid dia na atumi adwendwemi hu team a memfa support no emma no ye be bisa se ba ne sen na brofo no edru sa level na yeda so eninam abranche bi ti se Ransford Osei se mo kai no em say under 20 or so Ransford Osei after that tournament was adjudged the second best player of the tournament. The best player of the tournament na oye Nigerian. The second best Rashford Osei oye Ghanaian. And the third best, guess who was the third best player? Tony Cruz. Na ye bisa se ba ne sen na Nigeria player no any Ghana player Rashford Osei no woman to me am progress to that level of football. Na Tony Cruz German ni Bruni ono no the third best player was that tournament no. What to me every mo abebo Real Madrid and Sayana or they or hange ni boots senior football people e kanono. E be hwe sa nsem any nsem bebre the GFA governance structure player development infrastructure then aban efa ho ne ekeka ho ne ahwe other matters intino misama wakwa babium de ba the sit show so musomfo the flag bearer na medi djumedi ho chiame me guest Agyapong me guest any coach namely dodo na sane e friend coach namely coach mo adwo emo akwaba
yenia
boko de
nyame na do me ho ye papa.
Are you a football person?
I eat, sleep, drink football all my life.
What border?
Me border, but I've educated myself in the game. My kohun school me try thousands of dollars to educate myself.
Oh, soccer.
Yeah, when it comes to coaching.
Wow.
So I had some of my coaching badges in the US, in Canada, and then some here, of course, in Ghana with the CAF, Confederation of African Football. So dear, and I've been doing football personally for the past 27 years.
27 years?
Yes.
Okay, not just say you are the right person. A question say person ye bisa no now de ncheche mu bre ahwefo no dear ebeboa yen papa. Yes, same free GFA.
That's right.
I have serious issues with the GFA, but me no personal.
That's right.
Ohwe nan saying GFA president Mate say Wakanda say wa develop and say wa up the Ghanaian football. Me personally I disagree with him.
That's right.
I disagree with him based on the records Obaye no wenya Ghana has struggled to even qualify for Africa Cup of Nations.
That's right.
Enti say okache ye nyina say wa improve Ghana football. Do you agree with him? Personal question.
Meaning Nyajo no ankasa onem.
Oni ne Nyajo.
Yeah,
so you agree with him?
Yeah, so I agree with you. On pass Ghana you're one of the several majority Ghanaians you feel say he's messed up our football.
Good.
And he's aware.
The current
GFA setup. They know they've messed up our football. Because on MBD, say agronomical year. Who are would dear agronomy? You will not be the one to say it.
Exactly.
No, because this is a dear a year. It changes the atmosphere, the euphoria of the country completely.
That's right.
360.
That's right.
Sasuna say and Konya the areho we be a bre or mine. No. Since he took over, the Black Stars of Ghana, which is the pinnacle of our game, has gone to 4 major tournaments. So 4 major tournaments, we've been booted out in the first round. You call this a success? Some in previous. Who are only mad dear pay? And Obeka say, Wako World Cup, Wako 3 AFCONs tournament. Minina Ubekoa. Bibiara uhia say ye the mouse so Ubeko yadi no. Based on your request. Ye the mouse or mine through His Excellency Nana akufo-addo. Ye the mouse say J Sako. Ubeko bebia no na wakore. Okore so the most annoying part of it is say omukore ba. They show no remorse, no humility. Say they go back to the president or small almost say muko jina o mine name na muko yesa de we now we confie now we have to ka confie now we have to ka no muko koba
keso omo nwe ho
oba crap or some be atem ka ketokreku oba it's on record. I'm not the one saying it. Oba di atem me kai ba ku bia ye call ye na Comoros fino oba tena fidie national television, national radio so e catch say say you were Messi any Ronaldo will be here you go form no mebo.
That's what he told us.
That's what he told us. Now forgetting say Senegal now mo G cap no mo
Messi any Ronaldo.
That's what ko G cap. So when you attempt the dia he has never retracted, he has never apologized for that. Look, about your juvenile football, which is the foundation of every nation. Some percent of football and your juvenile football. Do you know what they've done?
No.
Omo running football in this country. Omo nyomati team. Obia wani team. So when it comes to selection of players into our national teams now,
wonderful.
Omo team no matete no. Omo players no. I'm not saying they are not Ghanaians. They are equally Ghanaians.
Exactly.
But if and only if Omo are best in their position, that is when they should be given a look in to be in the national team. But the evidences are there.
That they influence the selection of players into the national team.
The man is on record. Or to national television. So na me national television. So I mean no kasai. Or to national television no catch Ghana for as long as he remains the president of the Ghana Football Association, player Bia you be friend their Black Stars. And I say any of our national teams no. Say onusi player. Sa player no
Is that the job of the GFA president?
And I am on record to have told him, say you know nothing about coaching when it comes to the technical and tactical aspect of coaching. Menini jina ho na say ye hwe baller. Say na me be hwe no. Ye na ye hwe. But the eye me be hwe no. And yes I me be no kita.
Now coach say e be anani role as a friend is say GFA president no it allows him to take that decision. So no work say we blasters who be there.
Then he should go and coach the team. His role as chairman and the president of the Ghana Football Association does not permit him and man is say or no be selected players not by a team. But because of their own selfish gains, I repeat, their own selfish gains and interests, players national team they use the national platform to market their players. When the players are bought, the money goes into the pocket of Ketukriku. It goes into the pocket of the ESCO members. Among the ESCO members now, much is Dr. Randy Abbey, the team Heart of Lions. There has been no national juvenile team ever player Randy Abbey player in Ketukriku player in.
Now Ketukriku say only team.
Our team Baku 6.
Our team Baku 6.
Yes. Our Ghana Apete. Dreams FC. Nidia. He cannot run away from that. When we say afraid any of the national selection into our national team at any level, one yakra Dreams FC, one yakra 3. And in God we trust, still believe. Just just influencing selection. And I've always told them, say, look, there's nothing wrong if your players are the best in the position.
Wonderful.
So player no number 5 and as a be a ball libero and as a fullback, that's in his position, he's the best in the country.
We don't have a problem with it.
We've lived in this country where at the time I agree with Celso Jones Atukwefiu. Some now lifted entire because they were the best in every position. Samuel G was the best goalkeeper. Amankwamiko was the best right back. Jacob Nete, Ajimendria, Stephen Tete, Ajatete, Charles Alote, Charles Taylor, Osaminku, Emmanuel Osaku for Ishmaelado. They were the best. So nobody could argue it. And when they were given a chance to represent Ghana, we all saw what they did. And to me, they say Munkolano, and I say Munkolano, Omubomu team. Say if indeed they are the best, but the most important, see, Adia, I say your football, Adia, Egusu say your football, Pano, and only Sadiana Ekoson. Because if the man is spending money on his team and he's the decision maker, he makes the final decision as to who gets into our national team now, he will push his player there. Because the player no koboa na say the big player no ho a sika no okoton or the sheni bodo
sir.
So it is all about their selfish interest. And to me, look, under this current regime ora Ketukriku die ni paade me say we have been eliminated at the pinnacle of our game in the first round in 4 major tournaments. Yeah, under 17 and to me unqualified. The under 20 and to me and qualify. Now sign na ball Olympic Games we here. And our national under 23 team did not qualify. And yes the bang
and now or the measure
or the measure catcher say he's been a success. He's been an absolute failure, complete failure. Opa, I'm ready to sit with him and debate him on these matters. We share the quality of our local league. Since he took over at the local, we've not gotten any headline sponsors.
Yes.
We've played in a league sponsor.
So why are we struggling to get sponsorship for our clubs and even the national teams? Again, Emma, and so attractive for the business community to want to sponsor your national teams or the clubs.
Do you know what? So you FA, we know belay the rules, the regulations are teams now they will abide by and run football in this country. Me bottom they are doing. But if you ask a typical Ghanaian team to give you a proper end of year account, Sikai Bemu, Sikomu say nobody to salaries, Nkolano Senate, they cannot provide.
They don't have those records.
I can tell you for as a matter of fact, they don't have.
And
that is why it is what it is. Because I'm a company, not a sponsor, I need to have a detailed records, historical records of all these things. That means okay, over the season, on the average, this is how much you spend. The Shesen I was spending, I said, endorse you cannot be paying players 300 Ghana cedis a month. You cannot be paying players 400 Ghana cedis a month. Say, or your football anymore. The minimum, that was 5 years ago, or say the minimum salary for a player in Ghana in the premiership level should be 1,000 Ghana as we speak.
Okay.
If on one Kasani players, no, the Omoka on TI. Dreams FC players, no, some of them are old. What I say, and if you want football, if you want corporate Ghana to get involved, we must yes you feel some of them say corporate Ghana they'll be willing to come in. In there, you better say we both fix matches. In there, you better say has you call relegation. Oh, we better share you quite no match. The match officials after Adia announce as we speak, referees Omudi last season. Close to 14 weeks. From last season, such a referee, because the referees now are supposed to pre-finance. So, catch them say, "Miko di kotokoni hasa." Me ane say miko pe misika. Na miko di match ni we. Me di answer na match me di farm ka. Baby obeda. Na aduane obedi. Me ane say me boss aka. Me boss aka ni we. Then you keep my money with you for 12 to 14 weeks. Officer me corner say come gymnast teams no miska. Menji. I come here.
Yes.
One day I come here.
And grand force musuchimo na ke pamble. Yes.
Come in chi call yeni no to no ba no ke. Nobody blow whistle a comedian. How is it going to officiate the game? So there are so many things that are not right with our game. Nyama bebre ho enkoyi. And this man he cannot tell the people of this country, say under his regime as Ghana Football Association president, your football no economy, and calling and you look creda.
And you look me personally, I also I hold that view. Say, to me can't tell me and convince me. Say under your leadership, no Ghana football would the acco enim. Mami bisa question be you share and craft more yet who say you see unye football person to me engineer po mayan to swaba as GFA president. What do they mean by football person and why is it like that? FIFA na share sambrana na say wana this sambrana ba.
First and foremost, there's nothing like football person. Ghana happy. They have either intelligently or smartly or my coiny word no I am football people.
Okay.
So when football people are then just say udiomu yadia enye. Then if you go and get your own sponsors, go and get your own families, you know more football people no. Mo famo yire ni mo ma ni mo na vo na mo ko hwe mo team no what stadium.
That's right.
That is when you classify. You say you are the football people.
Yes.
So by extension, and you move any motion for the pen. Into more question team. But you move Bobo say I'm the share. You are crying for people because you have coined a weather and the same to favor yourself when you are being looked into, when you are being investigated. Now, look, the headquarters of FIFA, it was Switzerland, it was Zurich. And I said Blatter, and I said Blatter, when the Swiss government realized that FIFA has been highly corrupted,
FIFA Bora.
The government of Switzerland. FIFA officer. That was how they unearthed the corruptness. That's said Blatter. So yes, FIFA is in Switzerland. The FIFA is not above the laws of Switzerland. Good. So when you say the Ghana Football Association is autonomous, yes, it can be autonomous, but it is not against and I say above the laws of Ghana. And to me, dear, sir, idea no. If you are not a football person, you cannot be part of the run of football in this country. And absolute nonsense. That is why our football is the way it is today. I'm on record to have said, and I support this 100%. We should go back to the way it used to be.
How was it?
Yes. I say Ghana, and then Ghana, Africa in particular. You cannot run football without government. You cannot run football without government intervention. Without. Because when we are FNO, you don't have the muscle to build facilities.
Yes.
You don't have the muscle to use football to boost the economy of the country.
Good.
How do you pay the players well? But if government is deeply involved, the thing changes. You cannot tell the government to go in there or come in and use the taxpayers' money. But about the same, you're autonomous. Previously, no, you could choose to run Ghana footballer. The government will appoint, and I said the government will bring 2 people or 3 people that the football teams will vote for as the president or chairman of the World Football Association. Then football for Nankasa, omu deputy, beba beka nia abiding.
Okay.
When the government runs football or sports in general in this country, that is where you can render proper account. Because me amiti hey, say abambi edi sikama F4. Na se omu di cotton na to manya dia. I tend to blame the government. Uba kaya Ghana na ewe. Obi call World Cup, say NDC. Edi yako 2 World Cup, NDC, NPP akọ 1 World Cup, 2-1. We tend to politicize, which we shouldn't do.
Yes.
But again, another reason why government will have to take charge is the basic fact say the sake of accountability.
Yeah. There must
be, you see, government see facilities, government providing teams. No, we call Africa. Even when the teams are going to Africa, they go to government for financial support. So if you are expecting the government of Ghana to use the taxpayers' money to help something that belongs to you as an individual, but because as a country, no, your interest were there, no, you see, my government, nobody would accept that. So let's go back to the way it was. Let's get government to be responsible for how sports in general is run in this country. So what you call FA, look, Mami Kasam Chiro. You say you call Olympic Games Nansaya. Ghana as a country, no, we've won only 5 medals in our history at the Olympics. Out of the 5 medals, 4 are boxing, 1 are football. Olympics no we Sunday we were France. We went there without a single boxer.
Not to compete upon what I said.
Young fat boxers.
Now boxers no more.
4 years ago, is this Samuel Techi? Akolana of winning bronze at Tokyo Olympics. You know how he won the bronze?
No, tell me.
Samuel Techi didn't leave the shores of Ghana to go in any gym in the world to go and train. 1 year sada.
Yeah.
He's stuck in Ghana. But at the time, no, under the leadership of lawyer Moses Fuamweni, who was then the chairman of the GBA,
the Ghana Boxing Authority.
Lawyer Moses to me put up a proposal submitted to GMPC. So GMPC at the time, I think I may forget, I stand to be corrected on the figure. GMPC sponsored the GBA at an amount of $35,000 to $40,000 a season. Now, what the then administration did was to organize the Martin League, and I said the Feast of Fury. So Martin League, you know, China Yewa has protocol. Yashi Shamu now boxing for no qua, gyms, gym way. So among the gyms, they were fighting. They said league. When we bought,
you score points.
Lightweight. When you be lightweight, have the ball. Until that made the boxers very, very active. They could test their skills. They could test a lot of things. So Samotechi from nowhere went to Tokyo Olympics and brought us bronze. Lawyer Moses family no feel on you two about the man, the current GBA chairman. Ask yourself, what has happened to that sponsorship? That GMPC sponsorship, what has happened to the sponsorship? GMPC will not give you the money if you don't run proper account.
Even if you don't account, because GMPC sick and your mind sick. Good.
And they will have to account to the people of this country.
Good.
So if you come as an administrator, as a chairman, you come and meet such a laudable things, do you just throw it away?
No.
You cannot do that.
You don't.
So that is what I mean. Look, I can give you several examples. It is imperative, very, very important, that the government of Ghana will have to take charge. Now, if you have a government, since the days of Kwame Nkrumah, a bad infrastructure, no other government, no government can run shoulders with the NPP government. We saw it under President Kufuor. We saw it under President Kufuor, and we've seen it again under His Excellency akufo-addo. We've seen all these things. We've seen it. The number of astroturf, the resource centers are yes, we will come So if you are a government and you have invested this much into sports, it is time you design a proper policy that gives clear direction.
So there's no
working document, and that has to come from the central government through the ministry to be implemented by the football association, the boxing authority, the athletics authority, the lawn tennis, the table tennis. You have to put everybody on board, work under the same plan, the same policy. Because look, we've used monies. The taxpayers' money is what has been used to build that.
That's right.
Thank God you have a government with vision, a government who wants to see its people, its youth, maximize their talent and media more. Talent and media. Look, we have never lacked talent. I'm a Ghana. I have no doubt whatsoever. So you boxing boxing in every major Olympics will give this country a minimum of three medals. A minimum of 3 medals.
So year.